your head. So 100%,
What?
100%. That
Yeah,
always gets men in trouble, right?
that is true.
But
I agree with that.
at the same time, this is a grown ass man that has the money to play with it. So
Yeah.
he playing the field.
I mean,
But
yeah,
my only thing to that is that I would say is yes, he can do whatever he wants. He is grown. She is grown. We could play that card. We can say that absolutely 100%. However, as a black 56-year-old man who advocates, who preaches to younger athletes that are caught up in these type of situations on a day-to-day basis, whether that be on his podcast or just other conversations that he has, he should have known better. There's no, me personally, I don't believe her. I can get whatever backlash I get. I don't believe her. I'm completely on on his side. I think it was consensual. I think it was a dominatrix thing, and I think she used that as an opportunity. And there's nothing stronger. There's no weapon stronger in America than white women tears. Don't matter the age. So at the end of the day, I feel like yes, he should have known better as a black man who preaches to younger black athletes to stay out of these type of situations, who counsels younger black athletes that are in these situations. You can do whatever you want at the end of the day, but don't come to the public eye when it blows up in your face and try to save face for your actions. You can't do that.
So
But did he
since
do that though?
You
yeah,
said
yeah,
what?
Did he do that?
Come to the public eye. I mean, yeah, he had a whole, he literally went and tried to explain himself. That's when he released the text messages between her and him. But my point is, all of this could have been avoided. You knew exactly what you had going on. You knew exactly what deals you had going. You knew what was on the line for you. That 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 21-year-old person at the gym ain't have shit to lose. Nothing to lose. And you had everything to lose. Not saying you lost anything and not saying you will. But it's just the fact of, you being in that spotlight right now, especially with what you got going on.
right. So, but I want to say because as a man, right, um, you can definitely see that Shannon Sharpe is moving in his lust, right, and this is what I tell the young men and ladies on my when I have my panels and stuff like that. We gotta make sure and understand that about at least 90% of men on this earth, at least, don't have sexual discipline. They don't. So you knew what you're going to get into. You knew messing with this woman, right? She's going to get you on the vulnerable side, right? And then when it's that time, she know you got money. And she going to use that, what? As an advantage. Because she already, but doesn't the girl already do OF? Come on now.
He literally paid her for her. Like she literally would text him. The text came out. I don't know if it was in that article or the text messages that his lawyer released about her saying back in January of this year, saying, "I know you missed these cheeks or whatever, 52, whatever amount of money to have it." So that was the basis of the relationship. So it's like, bro, you
But that,
got to be more careful.
but doesn't that mean that he covered himself, right? If he
If
has
he
all
has,
of the text, he has all of the text messages.
you can still
Supposedly,
have receipts.
supposedly, there's a sex tape, right? He stated, "Hey, it's a 10-minute sex tape. Don't just drop the 15 seconds of it. Show the whole thing." So he knew what he was doing.
But
I,
did he?
it to me, it sounded like he knew what he was
If
doing. He
you
knew
try to
exactly what he was
settle,
doing.
if you try to settle prior to this coming out, you ain't know what you was doing. Because if you knew what you was doing, you would have never tried to settle because you knew you covered your ass beforehand. Clearly he didn't. Clearly he did. He couldn't have.
I mean, that's I think that's more so just the way of the world when you're in that celebrity status.
Nah,
People
nah,
people settle out of court all the time.
nah. I don't think so. I think that him having those receipts doesn't necessarily mean that he was prepared or was preparing for something like this to occur. I think he just happens to have those receipts. They happen to have done a tape. She does OF, so it just happened that way. But he didn't prepare for her recording him. He didn't. He probably didn't prepare for none of that.
Well,
But
no,
yeah,
not
again,
not recording the call. Yeah, I
yeah,
agree with that. And which is illegal in certain states.
yeah. In California, you have to at least alert, "Hey, I'm recording this." So if they go to court, that's not even going to be admissible in court.
right, exactly. But is it? Yeah. That's my say. I feel like he should have. There's definitely moves he could have made to ensure
Yeah.
that if something like this were to arise, because of all of the facts, this is a 19-year-old. I'm a black man, old black man. Okay, a damn near senior citizen and a black man with money. Okay, I know what I got going on for me. There's things that he could have done to avoid this, whether that be a NDA,
NDA.
signing an NDA, or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. He could have done that like this. So there's no excuse for that. There's no excuse.
He'll be
But
in the same boat.
You said
yeah.
what?
He'll be in the same boat. You know how often women go against NDAs.
Yeah, no, they
Nah,
do. They
they
do, but
do, but
the only thing is at the end of the day, we can never really prepare for someone doing some dirt on us. Let's just be honest. Because like at the end of the day, we never know if someone's gonna come and like, me and Shay can have a great conversation. All of a sudden she could be like, fuck Callie, I'm gonna record her and then put her, you know. There's only so much. But at the same time, I do agree with what Shay's saying, because when you reach a certain level and when you reach a certain age, there comes a time where you just gotta be careful, man. Like you just gotta, especially for men, very careful, because men and women, it's a dog eat dog world out here, and if we don't protect ourselves, this is the type of shit that happened. But at the end of the day, she dead wrong for wanting all this and then wanting more. It just sounds like she wants more money. I mean, why didn't she just up her
yeah.
rates?
I think
I don't know.
up her
Up her
rates too. Instead of
subscription.
50, okay, 100 bands for a booty cheek or something. Okay, they won't even worth all this. She could
100
have avoided
bands.
that. She could have
Hard.
avoided that. He was willing to give it up. But my point is, for him to see this happen, it's not like this is the first case of a black man of his stature going through some shit like this. It's not. This is not the first time it happened. Okay, this is not. It's happened over and over and over and over and over again. And 9 times out of 10, who's the person accusing? What type of tears they got? White woman tears. I'm just saying. So you see it happen over and over and over again.
Come on now, you know that it's not only white women doing this.
Predominantly.
Predominantly white women. Yes, it is when it comes to black male
Predominantly.
athletes. Absolutely,
Yeah.
100%. You tell me,
Yeah.
show me otherwise. Show me otherwise.
I
He
do have
probably
some
could have
And
came
additional
out
those
better if he would
audio.
have picked somebody more
I'm
mature.
not saying they're the only people. I'm not saying that they're the only race
no.
of women that has women coming after males of that stature, whatever. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is
Majority of
it's
them
happened
is
majority exactly, and it's repetitive. It's
same
repetitive.
story.